A large crowd gathered today at Harrisonburg City Hall to rally and march in favor of immigrants remaining in the United States. Ruth Jost was among those rallying and marching to protect DACA Dreamers and those under temporary protective status.
We were marching because we want a clean Dream Act. We want the people who are the dreamers here, who've been brought here as children, to be able to have their lives here, not disrupt their families, and move forward with their dream and their work and their commitment to the American dream.
The Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Act, DACA, was established by former President Barack Obama in June 2012. It allowed some people who came to the U.S. as minors who entered or remained in the country illegally to receive a renewable 2-year period of deferred action from deportation and to be eligible for a work permit.
Thank you all for coming. It means so much to us here at Virginia Organizing. We're just so grateful for you all. My name is Micaela Escudero, and I'm one of 800,000 DACA recipients. I moved to the United States from Argentina when I was just 6 years old, and since I was little, I remember my parents sharing their dreams of one day achieving the American dream.
They're here and they're part of us, and they should not be living in fear, and they are living in fear because they don't know how long they'll be able to stay here.
In 2017, nearly 800,000 people referred to as Dreamers were enrolled in the DACA program.
We had 2 people speak at the very beginning who were DACA persons. They are both graduating from JMU right now, and they are ready to launch their lives, and they spoke about their dreams and their hopes and the importance of not having to live in fear.
In November 2014, President Obama worked to expand DACA to cover additional illegal immigrants. However, numerous states sued to prevent the expansion.
They pledge allegiance to our flag. They are Americans in their heart, in their minds, in every single way but one, on paper.
President Donald Trump rescinded the DACA Act in September 2017. Full implementation of President Trump's rescission was delayed 6 months to give Congress time to determine how to handle the population that was previously eligible under the DACA policy.
The TPS people, they are not citizens, but they have been allowed to be here. They are productive, they are working, they are supporting our economy, and they are not even eligible for assistance that an American might get, like food stamps, if your wages are too low. They aren't even entitled to that, so they are really subsidizing other things for Americans. And these are 2 groups of people that should stay, and the Republicans need to step up and do the immigration reform for the DACA people, the Deferred Action Childhood Arrival people who've been here and made their lives here, and this is their country, and for the TPS people who are here, who have also stabilized their lives here and should not be suddenly told they have 18 months to go back.
Following the rally, the marchers headed to U.S. Congressman Bob Goodlatte's office.
The reason we went to his office is because we want him to carry out the promise that Republicans have made about immigration reform. We want Representative Goodlatte to push for it. We want Congress to make it happen.
She says President Donald Trump has divided the country, blaming immigration as the root cause of the country's demise.
I think immigration has always been a difficult issue. I think that President Trump has intentionally stirred up anti-immigrant feeling, and the Republicans are knuckling under. They need to speak up. You can't just be silent when you have somebody who is trying to stir up dissension and disagreement and dislike for immigrants. I mean, we've heard Trump talk about immigrants who are, doing terrible things and committing crimes. They're committing less crime than ordinary Americans, less crime. So telling a story about a crime involving an immigrant is deceptive, and that's what Trump has done, to stir up hatred and to divide people and divide communities. So communities need to fight back and step up, and that's what a lot of us were doing today. We hope that Representative Goodlatte is listening to the people who were out there. So I'm sure it was more than 100 people, and it might have been several hundred. So I didn't count, but we filled up a long, long sidewalk just heading that way. So I really hope that Representative Goodlatte realizes this community is made up of a lot of people who are supporting immigrants in this community. We have a long history of it. We've supported immigrants from way back over the decades here, and we are a wonderful, strong community because of that support.
In Harrisonburg, Elaine Rackley for Breaking Through News.